Now, after Nio reported record-breaking deliveries of 21,209 for the month of June, one of the questions that we are asking ourselves, or that so many of the new investors are having in their minds, is how many vehicles is Nio going to deliver for the month of July? We are always looking forward onto the next month to see if Nio will keep the pace of at least delivering over 20,000 deliveries, because we have never seen what Nio is doing or how Nio is delivering their vehicles. We have never seen this since Nio's existence. So we keep on looking to the next month, hoping that Nio continue grabbing the over 20,000 deliveries which they have been snatching each and every month, or which they have been reporting each and every month. And this leads us into looking for signs that shows us, or that can at least be convince us, that we are going to get probably some pretty good decent delivery for in the new month, which now in July, ladies and gents, already we are seeing some good signs that are showing that Nio might be in for another record this month. Because, ladies and gents, we just read a very good comment from one Nio user who indicated that their friend ordered the Nio ES6 and it took some time until they received a delivery. Yes, their car was in, of course, the Nio delivery center, but he had to actually queue until it was his turn to get the car. He said that the Nio cars had flooded, of course, the delivery center, which is something that this because it is something that was posted just yesterday, it makes me to think that we might have already the first sign to say that we might see yet another delivery record this month. This is a good start. So comments like this, posts like this, gives us hope that we are going to see. Chances are high that we'll see Nio thrashing or delivering yet again over 20,000 deliveries even for the month of July, which, if Nio can keep the momentum, this will make or force the stock price or share price of Nio to react positively. So I'm happy when I see posts like this. I'm happy when I hear that the Nio delivery centers are flooded, and I'm happy to see that people are having to queue to get their cars at the Nio delivery centers, which is something that shows and proves to us that we might have to brace ourselves for yet another plus 20,000 deliveries. I'm not sure if whether Nio will beat the 20,209 vehicles which they reported in June, but one thing for sure is that July tends to be a better month, judging from what happened last year, where we saw Nio reporting over 20,000 deliveries. But of course, last year, part of the reason why Nio sold over 20,000 was because of their ES6 launch, which of course saw them selling over 11,000 of those vehicles during that month. So the ES6, which is, by the way, is the very same car that this guy is commenting to say that his friend was buying, is one of the cars that are doing exceptionally well onto Nio. In fact, this is the top selling car onto Nio, and I'm not surprised why we received so many orders or sales coming from the ES6, because you will know that primarily SUVs tend to perform better than sedans and any other type of cars in China, which I'm not surprised why the ES6 is doing well there. So this confirmation, I think it is pretty good, pretty decent, pretty solid, and it gives us hope to say that still this month we are going to see Nio probably reporting plus 20,000 deliveries. You will know that when we look from the order book, it looks like the growth is still continuing. Nio, it's still scoping some very good orders. As you know that last week, according to Carfen's China, Nio received around 5,000 to 5,300 orders over and above their existing orders which they had. And I can tell you now that Nio has not delivered a single car from that 5,000 to 5,300 orders they received last week, which therefore means that we are still headed for good monthly deliveries, because orders keep on coming. Things continue looking better for Nio, and hopefully even this week they are going to scoop some pretty good orders, pretty good decent orders that will result in them or push them to get to record-breaking deliveries yet again. I mean, you will know that Nio, one thing that we know is that once you place your order, it takes you around 14 days. If they have to produce your car and they don't have it maybe on the floor somewhere, it takes them 14 days for you to receive your order, or the Nio car which you ordered, which is something that of course can make us say on average after placing your order it takes you around 2 weeks for you to get the order to you, which, if you are thinking that way, it therefore means that Nio has not delivered some of the orders they received in June, which is something that is pretty bullish when we come now in July. Nio, you will know that part of the reason why they are getting so many orders is because of their popularity. They are getting a lot of popularity is because of their battery rental price adjustments, which they announced it in March. It's because of their incentives. So this is good news. I hope to see, of course, more of these confirmation from the users or those that are in China seeing what Nio is doing, to get to hear that the Nio cars have flooded the delivery centers or some of the delivery centers. I think this is good news. This is what we want as investors, because we want Nio to deliver as many vehicles as possible as we had, or as the stock heads towards profitability. I mean, there are so many people that are continue still with these good numbers. They continue bashing Nio, saying that it's going to bankruptcy and all those kind of things. But judging from the good deliveries that we've been seeing recently, I think you and me can definitely agree that Nio is nowhere going to bankruptcy, because the more cars they sell is the more revenues they generate, and Nio sells premium cars, which therefore means that even the revenues that they generate will be directly proportional to the cars they sell. The more Nio delivers their car, the more their revenues will be so massive, because they are selling quite expensive cars, and therefore the kind of revenues they generate per car cannot be compared to the kind of revenues that most of the EV makers in China are generating per car. So these are good news. This is something that makes me look forward to what Nio is going to generate, or what Nio is going to report when they report their earnings. Remember when we saw, or after we saw the record-breaking deliveries for June, I said that we may need to brace ourselves for the kind of earnings that Nio is going to report for Q2, which we look forward to that. So I'm happy. I just hope things get better and we still continue seeing the motivations, the confirmations of saying that Nio is doing well on the ground, which is something that we want to see as investors, because that will give us more confidence and more encouragement, I suppose, to load the boat, increase their holdings, even to those that do not believe onto the stock right now. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Before you buy Nio for the very first time, do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, I'm happy about the deliveries. I'm happy about these comments made by one of the consumers based on what they saw their friend experiencing when collecting the Nio cars. I think this is good report. I mean, having people waiting to receive their cars, I think this is good report. I think it shows us that Nio is working, doing the work, and will make us as investors to be happy, and that's what we want. Otherwise, God bless you all.